On a midweek morning, after the stir of track work, there's a calm that descends on Royal Randwick. It's as if time stands still, allowing history to breathe for a moment. Standing in this magnificent old grandstand takes you back to an era past. There are places here at Royal Randwick untouched by progress, but in many ways hidden by. You can almost still hear the clatter of typewriters and the calling of copy for the late edition from the press boxes. The old jockey's room is now function room, but the walls are lined with remnants of the old Queen's stand. Scattered throughout these grounds is a racing history as rich as anywhere in the world. It's important to embrace history. To do so makes the deeds of today's greats more remarkable, more illuminating. For the championships epitomise the past and celebrate the future. Like they did a century ago, lovers of horse racing will come to be a part of greatness, to cheer on champions, to say, I was there when. It'll celebrate names like Waterhouse and Waller, Bowman and Berry, and horses like Winks.
She's a champion, Winks. She wins it by...
Today, she races for her 17th straight win, and another step closer to equine immortality. Oh, to live long enough to see how history tells the story of one of the greatest mares of all time. To witness is something truly special. This is the championships, built from more than 150 years of history.
Love it, Roy Billing, and love what we're seeing here with Winks, and maybe she is the best we've seen in 150 years. Who knows, but we're going to enjoy the moment again today. When she does go for a 17th consecutive win, can get prize money more than Sunline, just below Mackay Diva, on this gorgeous day in this brilliant city of Sydney, where they embrace racing at Royal Randwick with the championships. And the jewel in the crown is the Longines Queen Elizabeth.
Right, the Scotty Spirit, and who rode it to such great effect in the VRC Oaks. He's suspended, so Jay Ford rides her, and tactically, is he going to go off as fast in front? Is he going to be able to pace her a bit better, or how's it going to play out? Are the rest of the field going to follow on her quarters, or are they going to give her a gap? And then also Harlow Gold's only ever been ridden by Regan Bayliss, and we've got Mark Zara today.
And Pete, is that on your mind, the Squiddy Spirit, and the fact that she'll set a big pace? No, I think Pete's just not able to hear me for a second. We'll get to him shortly. There is Nurse Kitchen right on Segway. So, yeah, you're right, Cheska. That's part of the jigsaw. That is the Australian Oaks. So let's go and join Darren Flindell for his call of the first of the big four Group 1s.
The Binary Stud Stakes. She goes in. Here we go. Bonneville and Nurse Kitchen, the joint favourites, ready for the Oaks. Stand by for a break. The gates open, the Rock and Racing, Wheel Leisure was squeezed out at the start. Other than that, it's a very level line out. Louboutin's jumped well, so did Perfect Rhyme, and rushing across is Nurse Kitchen. Harlow Gold is handy. Towards the inside, Cambage and High Impulse will take positions just off the speed. Devises easing across, looking for a spot in. Lasquetti Spirit's been beaten for speed today, but she holds a spot, keeping Devise 3 deep. Then La Bella Diosa back on the fence. They're followed by Lama Hilton. The favourite Bonneville's back third last from Wheel Leisure, and Waking Moment is the last one. Louboutin leads up to the 1800 metres from Nurse Kitchen, very prominently positioned. Perfect Rhyme leaders back third, then Devise going forward. Now Jay Ford's off, and Lasquetti Spirit didn't jump great, but Lasquetti Spirit is quickly rushing around the outside of the field to increase the tempo at the mile mark. Back in sixth position, then is Cambage on the inside of Harlow Gold. 2 further back to High Impulse, a half further back to La Bella Diosa. 2 after Bonneville from Lama Hilton. Hilton, Waking Moment and Will Leisure is the last one. Down the back, and now they start to stretch right out. And it's the Victorian Oaks winner. The Squiddy Spirit, 2.5 lengths clear from Louboutin. Nurse Kitchen third on the outside of Perfect Rhyme. 2 further back to Devise has got a decent spot now on the outside of Cambage. 1.5 lengths further back to Harlow Gold. 2 after High Impulse from La Bella Diosa. Bonneville, the favourite, is still back 4th last, but Bowman keeping his powder dry. Followed up by Lama Hilton. Then Waking Moment and Will Leisure is the last one. Ford is really giving La Squiddy Spirit a head down the side at the 900 metres. Ford is trying to repeat her Dollars tactics in the Victoria Oaks. She's 4 lengths clear from Louboutin and Perfect Rhyme at the 800. 2 further back to Nurse Kitchen. 2 further back to Cambage off the bridle. Devise improves. Harlow Gold is tracking Devise everywhere she goes, and Bowman's giving Bonneville more rain. She's starting to creep closer, coming to the 600, and the rest are well back. La Squiddy Spirit giving them something to catch. Perfect Rhyme in the slipstream second. 5 lengths away then to Nurse Kitchen. Harlow Gold, Bonneville running on, and Devise has to switch course into the straight. It's La Squiddy Spirit in front. She's a length clear, but Perfect Rhyme is starting to gun her down now. England is shooting for his second Oaks, but here comes favourite Bonneville, the New Zealand Oaks winner. She's putting in big stride. Perfect Rhyme being tackled by Bonneville, and away she goes. Murray Baker's going to win the Derby Oaks double. Maestro Murray, Bonneville bolts in from Perfect Rhyme and La Squiddy Spirit. 5 off to Harlow Gold. Making good ground at the end was Will Leisure on the outside of Nurse Kitchen. Further back to Waking Moment. Have a look at the margins. Devise further 5 back. Then High Impulse from Cambage. 20 lengths back to Louboutin, Lama Hilton, and La Bella Diosa's last. They're about 150 lengths from first to last.
He wins for the 4th time, Huey Bowman. We know how good he is in derbies and also Oaks. He's good on everything, including weeks. It was the last filly standing. What a stayer this one is.
And what a ride from Hugh Bowman. He is an exceptional rider of stayers because he went back quite a long way. He was definitely worse than midfield throughout the run. Coming into the straight, La Squiddy Spirit and the horse in second must have been 20 lengths in front of him, but Hugh didn't panic. He let her find her feet, roll into it gently. He didn't ask her for everything in one go, and she just kept pulling out for him. She's a lovely relaxed filly, and she just kept lengthening. She didn't have to quicken suddenly, but she just kept going.
He's famous. She's apples. He pulls the left hand off the rein there, but he crept into the race at a perfect stage. He gave her a dig at the 700 and said, righto, these two might just keep rolling along when you've got perfect rhythm rolling up outside of La Squiddy Spirit. It was an interesting ride. The Squiddy Spirit did not get up and get going the first furlong and a half, and it wasn't until Timmy Clark was able to, Jay Ford was able to get out and get rolling 3 furlongs into the race and make it a true test. But she trucked into the race. She was never off the bridle. She was always going to get them. Look at that tenacity. Murray Baker and Forsman, the team, have done it again. John Snow, the Derby, the Oaks. Mackie, you mentioned that.
You've got to go back to Clary Collins 1989, but he had the one horse, a filly. Tommy Smith 1980s, the last trainer to win with a colt and a filly, the Oaks and the Derby. It's an amazing performance. 20th Group 1 for Murray Baker in Australia. It's a record by any New Zealand trainer.
Tell me, you'll know better those colours. Pretty famous.
One of the, now very famous colours. You've got me right on the spot. You tell me.
Robert
Sangsters.
Robert Sangsters colours.
Exactly.
They won the Derby back years ago at Victoria Derby, and the team's been with them a long time, but she was light. She's an athletic filly in the mounting yard.
Christine Bowman there, absolutely wrapped with, of course, with Wink still to come.
I know.
Make her way into the theatre of the horse.